This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It's an honor to have you here. There are two givens in this world. One is boys like toys, and two, boys like fire, like to play with fire. Now, I might be 62 years old, but my wife, been married to me for 41 years, she will testify that I'm still mentally 13. Be that as it may, if I'm going to play with fire, let's do it right and do it safely and have a product that will wiggle the branches. Now, I have a rocket stove that I can't tell enough good things about, except the one negative is you just really can't carry it around very easily. And so I wanted a very mobile capability to make fire and to cook with, or to heat myself, or some of the scientific projects that I do. And the product I came up with and asked my daughter to get me for this last Christmas was an alcohol burning stove. Has a lid on it, a screw-on lid with a rubber seal on it, if you can see that. And it just screws it right back on there. Or you have the capability of, once the fire is going, you set this on and you can adjust your fire. And how does it work? Well, it can't get much simpler. There's no moving parts. You simply put your fuel in there, and then you light it, staying back as much as you can for the danger possible. And you light it, as any fire should be used common sense with. And it will burn on top, and then in time, though, it'll come out the vents. And it'll suck down, and it'll only be burning in the vents. And it will give you a nice fire that will be able to boil water for you, cook your food, and again, the scientific capabilities that I use. What kind of scientific? Well, there are seeds, when I'm going around collecting different seeds that I'm doing some experiments with, that will not germinate unless they've been heated by a fire, and then they germinate. And so there's all sorts of reasons to have something like that. Now, the fuel I use is heat, but of course it's an alcohol burner, so of course it would burn with wood grain alcohol. All sorts of things that you can utilize with it. Another thing that I picked up along with it is just simply folding aluminum, which allow it to be able to be put in there. It's a stop the wind type thing. Plus you could set a cup or a can to cook or boil water with. All sorts of things that this little guy is well worth having. $15 bill is about what they run, and they will do you an awful lot of years. So it's well worth having something like this. Get you a little fuel backed up just in case on a day after event. Never forget, you can't cook inside, because this and any open fire is an oxygen burner and could get you in trouble, so don't do that. But you know, if you use a little bit of common sense, it'll do a real good job for you. And as any time you're playing with fire, try to keep some safety device around that could put a fire out real quick if you needed to. In my 62 years, I've had only one person, and it happened to be a good friend, that was playing with fire with a camp stove. And the thing got away from him and got on him to the extent the fuel did that he got second and third degree burns on his hands and his face for the rest of his life. He has really paid a very heavy price for that one mistake. And so just remember, try to keep yourself safe when we're having fun, be it with toys or fire. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. Rate this film.